The shores of Australia have welcomed a new maritime queen, the magnificent Queen Anne liner from the legendary Cunard Line. On February 28, 2025, this grand vessel appeared on the horizon of the Australian coast, heralding a new era in luxury ocean travel. Currently, Queen Anne is undertaking its triumphant maiden world voyage, a true maritime odyssey spanning 111 days. This majestic journey is a masterpiece of navigation, including visits to 47 ports across 20 countries. Like a graceful dancer, the liner glides between continents connecting America, Asia, Europe, Africa, and Oceania. The arrival of the royal vessel in Sydney turned into an unforgettable celebration. A sophisticated British garden party unfolded on board, featuring decorations inspired by Sydney's iconic landmarks, the majestic Harbour Bridge, and the elegant Opera House. A highlight of the event was the recognition of 3 remarkable Australian women, all named Anne, in a tribute to the ship's name. Nominated by their fellow citizens for their dedicated service to society, these women added a deeply personal and heartfelt touch to the festivities. A traditional water salute from tugboats enhanced the ceremony. This grand maritime ritual, with towering streams of water soaring skyward to welcome the new ship, left the audience in awe. For Cunard Line, whose history with Australia spans a century, including the country in Queen Anne's inaugural voyage, carried profound symbolic meaning. The first arrival of our magnificent new flagship, Queen Anne, in Sydney Harbour continues our rich Australian legacy and marks yet another historic moment for Cunard, whose connection with this continent began with our first world voyage in 1925, proudly shared Cunard President Katie McAllister. Before setting sail for the exotic shores of the Philippines, Queen Anne will continue to delight Australians with visits to picturesque ports, including Brisbane, Airlie Beach, Yorkeys Knob, and Darwin. This oceanic giant embodies the essence of luxurious cruising, spanning 13 spacious decks and boasting 15 exquisite dining venues. It offers guests culinary masterpieces crafted by the renowned Michelin-starred chef Michel Roux, a true wizard of haute cuisine. Weighing 113,000 gross tons, Queen Anne is the second largest ship in Cunard Line's impressive fleet. This floating city accommodates 2,996 guests who are attended to with utmost care by a dedicated crew of 1,225. Today, the majestic Cunard fleet consists of 4 royal vessels: Queen Anne, Queen Elizabeth, Queen Mary II, and Queen Victoria, each possessing its own unique charm and character. Cunard Line's history of world cruises dates back to 1922, when the legendary Laconia set sail on a groundbreaking global journey. While Cunard was not the pioneer of round-the-world voyages, it was the first to complete such a journey on a single ship. During its 130-day historic voyage, Laconia made just 22 port calls, carrying 450 fortunate passengers. In comparison, the modern Queen Anne, launched in May 2024, visits more than twice as many ports and accommodates 5 times more guests on its grand world voyage, an astonishing leap in maritime innovation over the past century. Queen Anne's maiden world voyage began on January 7, 2025, in historic Hamburg, Germany, before continuing to Southampton, England, where additional passengers embarked on January 9th. Before its triumphant arrival in Australia, the ship completed an impressive maritime marathon, making 14 stops along the way. After an 8-day transatlantic crossing, the liner arrived in legendary New York City on January 17th. This was followed by visits to sunny Miami, Florida, and historic Cartagena, Colombia, before the ship majestically traversed the engineering marvel of the Panama Canal at the end of January. The journey continued with stops in exotic Puerto Quetzal, Guatemala, and picturesque Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. In February, the voyage brought Queen Anne to the iconic city of San Francisco, California. From there, it set sail for the azure tropical waters, making a stop in paradise, Honolulu, Hawaii, before embarking on a breathtaking oceanic passage. 8 days of enchanting ocean travel later, the ship reached the jewels of Oceania, Apia, Western Samoa, and Nuku'alofa, Tonga, nestled among emerald green islands near Australia. Before its grand arrival in Sydney, the liner also visited several stunning New Zealand ports, including cosmopolitan Auckland, the resort town of Tauranga, and the idyllic Bay of Islands. After departing from Australia on March 11th, Queen Anne will embark on its Asian adventure, visiting the Philippines, China, Vietnam, Singapore, and Malaysia. Each destination a treasure trove of exotic cultures and ancient civilizations. The final chapter of this maritime symphony will include stops in 3 African ports before the ship triumphantly returns to Europe. There, it will visit 3 more countries before concluding its epic journey in Germany on April 29th. Who wouldn't dream of feeling like royalty, even just for a while? And what could be more regal than this grand world cruise aboard a ship named after a monarch? The MS Queen Anne is a magnificent Pinnacle-class cruise liner named after Queen Anne, who ruled Great Britain from 1702 to 1714. Currently, it ranks as the 2nd largest vessel in the Cunard fleet, following the legendary RMS Queen Mary II, carrying forward a proud tradition of ocean travel in an atmosphere of unparalleled luxury and elegance.